Hi guys, Artie here, and on March 16th, every classic Looney Tunes short has been removed from the HBO Max streaming service since the rights expired and they chose not to renew it, and I'll explain why they didn't in a little bit. Surprisingly, literally every other Looney Tunes incarnation is available on the service, except the OG version that's the most popular among the general public. However, the series is still available to watch on MeTV, MeTV Toons, and Boomerang. In addition, various shorts can be found through YouTube and the Internet Archive. There's also dozens of compilation sets out on DVD and Blu-ray, so thankfully there's multiple alternative ways of watching it still. I thought I was done covering WBD and HBO Max because I didn't believe it could get any worse, but they keep giving me things to talk about. Like, can they go 5 minutes without making a bad decision they know that's gonna cause backlash? Do the executives actually take a second to stop and think about how people will react? It's almost as if they want the bad publicity because the attention generates more impressions and revenue. They threw the game, but it's their own game. You know what I'm saying? This would not be the first time Looney Tunes was screwed over on the service, as a whopping 250 shorts were removed in December 2022, and then in February 2024 another 130 were removed, and at the same time, 130 different shorts were added. This is because they strangely have to license out something they already own. Peak Clown World, I know. Also, it was almost removed around December 2023 along with the Looney Tunes show, but they changed their minds at the last minute and decided to keep them on the platform. For some odd reason, Warner Bros. Has to license out their own shows to themselves, which makes no sense. I swear the way the company is run is so stupidly inefficient. So what happens if they don't renew the license but decided to keep it up anyway? Do they have to sue themselves in court? That would be hilarious. If you were wondering why Looney Tunes actually left HBO Max this time, it's not because The Day the Earth Blew Up performed poorly in theaters. According to Deadline, the main reason why it wasn't renewed after the rights expiring is due to Warner Bros. Discovery's plan to prioritize family and adults programming and sidelining children's programming, which includes Looney Tunes and Sesame Street. So instead, they opted to remove it altogether for that reason. This doesn't make sense to me since Looney Tunes was never aimed exclusively at children and has been aimed at general audiences since like forever. Wouldn't you agree that it makes more sense to include it in the family category and not children's? Let's not forget that Looney Tunes was originally intended for adults when it was in theaters back during the 30s through the 60s, and then over time was known as an all-ages franchise. If Warner Bros. Is opting to license out classic Looney Tunes elsewhere, their best bet is Tubi, since many legacy Warner Bros. And Hanna-Barbera shows are already streaming there, such as Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo, and the Flintstones. Speaking of, the Looney Tunes show, the one from 2011, is going to be added to Tubi on April 1st, no joke. So don't be surprised if the OG version winds up there at some point. Something I've realized is that kids' content seems to perform better on YouTube rather than on paid streaming services. This is mainly because YouTube is much more accessible and is also free, unlike HBO Max and Netflix. Almost everyone I know uses YouTube and is a universally watched platform. Despite all the terrible changes to the site that no one asked for, in the never-ending pile of problems, hey, at least it's free. My idea is why don't they put all the kid shows up on YouTube for free and just profit off of the ad revenue? Not just that, but it'll help weed out some of the brain rot content and parents can encourage their children to watch these official, curated cartoons that have stood the test of time instead of Sprunky or Skibbity Toilet or whatever kids watch these days. If this were to happen, the YouTube algorithm would also push out that content in favor of the brain rot. In summary, classic Looney Tunes left HBO Max since the rights expired and Warner Bros. Discovery chose not to renew the license because they no longer have faith in children's programming on the service, and is prioritizing content aimed at adults and families, even though the franchise fits the latter more than the former. Maybe it'll get licensed out to a different service later down the line? Or better yet, put up on YouTube for free? Well, maybe. We'll see. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, notify, and check out other videos on the channel. You may like them. What do you think this means for the future of the Looney Tunes franchise? Let me know in the comments.